What's up, people? Welcome back to another explanation video. This time I'm gonna go over the most useful accessories in this game. So now I can wrap up all the weapons, armors, and accessories. And yeah, and move on to the last one. And yeah, I will split them into the similar patterns as the armor: early, mid, and late in a whole video. And there's gonna be certain items I selected. And I'm not going to include everything in this. I mean, the amount of accessory in this game is way too many. So, I mean, they're pretty useful. Most of them are pretty useful, but I'm just going to pick the main ones that I want to talk about. Now, the other thing I'm not going to, talk about too much are the accessory that with buffs. Like, the accessory that has, like, combat skills and they can show up in multiple different accessories, so not just one accessory. That I can exclude. But if you want to see the combat skills, I already made one for like the end game buffs anyway, so go check that one instead. So because this can save me some time, so I can actually talk about the accessories only, mostly just for the stats and whatever they have include that I found it like useful to make this this video. Other than that, let's get started, shall we? Alright, starting off, I got the Abyssal Ring. Now, the Abyssal Ring is from the East normal raid, boss chest, no doubt about it. This is a very good accessory to get early on because it has really good strength and dex, especially the combat skills, Wits End. If you want to use Wits End, this is the ring you're gonna have to get for early on if you want to use that combat for the 6.0. Other than that, let's move on to the next one. Next one, I got the Ring of Tranquility. Ring of Tranquility is definitely one of the best accessory in this entire game. It's not just the stats, but also the combat skill. Bulwark, everything plus 10%, so couldn't ask for more. And other than that, the location is in the west, boss chest. This is these items are not like easy farm, but I'm not gonna bother talk about how difficult farming is. I mean, I'm just talking about the most useful ones. But yeah, I'm not gonna include how bad they are, but they're pretty bad farms. It is really hard to get these items, so just keep that in mind when you do actually want to get them. So let's move on to the next one. Next, I got the heavy leather boots. Now, the heavy leather boots is a very good boots that gives the domain of expert. So you want that for the skill +1, especially you want to go for higher skill connecting. And yeah, this is a very good accessory you can get early on. It's from the snail in the Reveille forest in the north of the region. Moving on, I got the landscape earrings. Now, the landscape earrings is actually a very good debuff accessory that you can get early on from the west extreme ray boss chest. Now, the passive has plus 15 special accuracy and plus 20 special accuracy and a pretty decent special accuracy total, and that's what you want to look for. But yeah, other than that, let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one, I actually got two different things, but they're the same thing. One is Forgotten Talisman and the other one is Traveler's Cloak. Now, both of them has the passive for the spiritual cage plus. That's minus 10% cooldown. So if you combine that, put in the customized for your buffs, your cooldown is gonna activate, and so you can get your buffs back a lot faster. So that's the whole point of having these passive in the combat skills. And the Forgotten Talisman is from the south normal raid boss chest. Actually, not even chest. Actually, you kill the boss, they will get you every time. You just have to look for the passive, not from the chest. It's from the boss. It's a pretty much every kill you get one. The Traveler's Cloak is from the it's from the Centauria. One of the merchant you got to go there and craft that you can get. It's somewhere in that blacksmith area across from the where you can make craft like the herbs and stuff. It's over there. And yeah, you can craft this if you have the materials, and just keep crafting until you get it. Both of them are pretty straightforward. early on in the game you can get. Moving on, I got the Abyssal Gauntlet. The Abyssal Gauntlet is a very, very good accessory for DPS early on. You can get from the east normal rate. You can also get it from extreme as well. I mean, they're the chest items that don't matter whether you do it on normal, I mean like regular version or the extreme. But the one good thing about extreme rate is that if you turn the difficulty to death game, like all these stats, all the stuff, it goes higher. So you don't get like those junks as much, but you get higher chance to getting the high stats. That's the whole point of playing death game, which kind of sucks. I mean, it'd be nice if they did that to all of the in-game rather than just affecting the extreme rate, because it would be fun to play on death game, just get better items, because higher difficulty should be better items in general. But nonetheless, this is from the chest above the where you have to go down there. If you're finding the froggy, is actually above. There's a chest. You have to take out the snails. After that, the chest will be unlocked. Then you can get that the Abyssal Gauntlet. It's pretty much it's pretty much like an easy farm. It's not too difficult. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the mid game. The early one's all covered. Now let's talk about the mid game and what I got. Now starting off with the XT Abyssal Ring, so a higher tier version. There's a few different versions. One with a fixed stats. If you want to get the XT fixed stats, I mean that drops pretty much in all the Ancient Apostles, DLCs, Supreme Raids, whatever, etc. Multiple different locations. But if you want to look for this specific version where it has the sublimity, that you gotta get that from the Golem from the East Supreme Raid. This is a dedicated drop, so you cannot get it from anywhere else besides one enemy. And yeah, so there's a few different versions of it. Depends which one you want to get. This is the one you really want to get because like the accuracy passive and the secondary passive is it's whatever. I mean, it's nice to have, but you really need to look for it is the sublimity for the higher accuracy for the XT Abyssal Ring. Moving on, the next one I got the XT Ring of Tranquility. As usual, there's two different versions of it. One is from the Supreme Ray and one is from anywhere. So this is a very good one. The base one is actually, it's really all you need. Is like it has like the unfreezing spirit. You can customize that for higher accuracy for hazarding enemies, so you don't have to worry about keeping the White Mist armor. So this is a upgrade, an updated version of using White Mist armor. Replace that, so you put that on, you can pretty much hazard a lot of enemies while you maintain the high accuracy and stuff. Now the other version you can only get from the West Supreme Raid boss chest, and this is like a exclusive drop from the chest, only from the chest. And it's basically similar to the XT Abyssal Ring. If you want a non-fixed version, you can get it from anywhere else. Ancient Apostles, DLC, etc. So this you can only get from the West Supreme Raid boss chest. I mean, the stats isn't that great. I mean, it is a little bit higher than the XT Tranquility, but it doesn't matter too much, to be honest. This is a tough farm, a very difficult farm. But you're better off just stay with the normal one, especially the one that's got bulwark and one of the best passive in the game. So that's pretty much it for the Ring of Tranquility. Okay, moving on, I got the XT Lyco boots and the XT Calamity cloak. Both of them can be, one of them actually, this is a dedicated drop from the Knight. You can only get it from the Knight. It's actually one of the accessories, that exclusive drop. And you can get that from about like 200 plus or all the way till before 600, I think. If you want the if you want this if you want the domain for the skill connect. But this one, the bottom one, is you can get it from anywhere. It's from any Ancient Apostles, DLCs, etc. The whole different random places. So yeah, Other than that, these are very, very good, you know, to have. Especially, you're pretty much gonna need it if you want to go for high special. I mean, high sword skill connection, like especially for later in the game or whenever. But other than that, not much to talk about besides the passives. Moving on, I got the XT Ring of Curses. This is a very, very good accessory you can get from the DLC. One is drop from the Forgotten King, the level 400 Divine Beast. Now this ring has like very, very good strength, dex, special accuracy, killing blow. That's what really makes this item useful, especially for like mid game. Killing blow helps so much if you want to do the arenas and stuff. This is a super good accessory to have. And Forgotten King is a tough opponent, so it's gonna be a little bit tough to farm for this item. But yeah, he does drop it occasionally. Like if you want to use the boosters for the rare drop rates, he can drop sometimes, quite often. Just RNG really. Special accuracy can go up to 40 plus, 42 I think, 43, I don't remember, but somewhere there is a really good overall accessory, like all around good stats and special accuracy and the passive. Alright, moving on, the next item, I got the XT Luminous Shell Earring. Well, without being said, this is one of the best debuff accessory in the entire game because of the extremely high special accuracies. So not much to say, but you can also get the passive for the Unceasing Siege. This is a very, very good one, especially when enemies are like they're like resist to one of these type, whatever your weapons are. I already talked about that. If you want to know specific about this buff usefulness, just watch that video, and I already explained it. But nonetheless, the XT version has a really, really high special accuracies. Now there's different versions as well, not just one type. This one has a Zen Fighter, and special accuracy can go up to 70 plus. So within the level, I think 600 range, plus minus. I mean, if you want to get the 80 plus version, like for special accuracy, I'm gonna cover it, well, which is the later ones. But for now, like if you want to just get the ones in the 60s and 70s, yeah, that's the one you'll be getting at in the mid game, because Skull Reaper is not fun to level up, and it's not easy. I mean, it's fun to fight for me, but a lot of people don't enjoy that fight that much because it's way too buggy and it's kind of difficult. You kind of don't know how to fight him. But yeah, if you want one of the best debuff accessories, not even one of the not one of the best debuff, it is the best debuff accessory in the entire game, then yes, you will probably need to, you know, go farm it for it. So other than that, yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next one, I got the XT Black Ice Cloak. This is a extremely powerful accessory that you can only get from the West Supreme Ray boss chest. This is a very, very good item. There's no doubt about it. It's a random chance, just like the XT Ring of Tranquility, that non-fixed version. This is the same thing. You can only get it from the chest. The one you want to look for is the Unrival and Rising Spirit. So you can come with a pretty high accuracy and good crits. This is a DPS accessory, so no doubt about it. It is really, really good for the arena, especially for if you want to fight in level 500, level 999 Kirito, and all that stuff. Okay, moving on, I got the XT Light J Boots. Now, the XT Light J Boot is a very, very good DPS accessory. It also includes Unrival and Do or Die, both together. That is perfect, honestly. It can drop in the East Supreme Ray. You can get that from randomly. You can basically it's a you can't get it from like, you know, specific enemies for that particular item. It's just random as usual. Last but not least, for the mid game, I got the XT Slaughter Belt. Now this is a very, very powerful accessory, especially for the some of the weapons I use vitality and dex. For example, the whip. For example, the axe. So this is a really good accessory for it because it has super high vitality and dex I already mentioned, and also has include unrival as well. That's pretty much it, and a decent accuracy. Other than that, the location is the East Supreme Ray pink golems. So one of them, well, more like the middle one has a chance to drop it. So you just have to kill it, and hopefully you'll get it. Okay, so now let's move on to the late game. Starting off with the SP Light Jade boots. This is a slightly upgraded version of the XT version, so the same attributes. Location-wise, any Ancient Apostles above 600, I believe. Could be wrong, but it's somewhere there. They will start dropping it like 600, plus. Because I think that's when I got it back in the day. Other than that, DLC 2, you can get that from the doing higher difficulty like the Supreme, and it can be random drops too. I got it from there too. So yeah, normally just Ancient Apostles or DLC 2 or Garuda. I mean, the same loop pool for the SP items and some XT items. Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next one, I got the SP Luminous Shell Earrings. So, like I said, this is just an upgrade of the XT version, much higher special accuracy, but it is much higher Skull Reaper levels too. So you're gonna be, it's gonna be a little bit actually not even a little bit, much more difficult to fight on higher levels. But yeah, other than that, this is where the same location as the XT version drops. It's just above 800, level 800, 900 plus, and then you'll get this. The 80 plus version for the special accuracy. Okay, moving on to the next one. I got the XT Azure Sky boots. Now this is a very good boots you can get from the East Supreme Ray. One of those goblins. The goblins drop this. You can just keep farming them over and over, and they'll drop it. The one you want to look for is super high dex, agility, and the passive. Of course, but the unrival. Now let me make some notes here, or talk about some other parts of this boots. There is another version, is the SP version. However, for people who actually farm for these DLC 2 Abandoned Dungeon accessories, use the SP version of it. They're much better. But for people that didn't get a chance to farm it, you're not gonna be able to use that, unfortunately. Still haven't found a location for some of the missing SP items, not weapons, the items like the accessories that previously was before the patch. Now for people that didn't get to farm it, you can just use the XT version. It's a little bit less, but not the end of the world. I mean, you can still use it. They're still pretty good. Like, if you can't use these Abandoned Dungeon items, don't worry about it. Use the XT version. It works just fine. But like I say, that's why I try not to include the SP version, but I am gonna talk about it. They're extremely powerful. I mean, obviously they're higher stats. But the location is unknown right now. I mean, nobody really knows. I mean, I kind of know, how to get them spawned, but I'm not gonna bother to farm it because, like I explained it's really just RNGs spawn. You have to reset every run to get up there, and hopefully a chance for them to spawn in order to farm it. So it's kind of stupid. But yeah, that's the problem with these SP DLC 2 accessories though. If you can't get it, or if you don't have it, no big deal. Use the XT version. So I'm still gonna kind of include the SP version, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Like I said, So let's move on to the next one. The next one, I got the SP Heavenly Cloak, and this is a very good cloak that you can get a really high vitality and agility. Include the Sky Dancer Plus. But that being said, Sky Dancer Plus is one of the most, actually not one of them, is the most broken passive in this entire game. I mean, like free 200% damage, really. I mean, if you're doing airborne skill. But I will make a separate video for the Sky Dancer stuff. But for the time being, yeah, that's the passive you need to look for. Is actually this cloak can be dropped in the DLC 2. When I say DLC 2, I'm not talking about the maps you can go to. I'm talking about the floors. So yeah, I already made videos for how to get this with a newer version anyway. So, but it also can be dropped in multiple different locations. It's random as well. Sometimes you can pick it up just randomly, and it's in the floors, the DLC 2. Okay, moving on, I got the SP Ring of Tranquility. This is a very, very good accessory you can get from the lion, the relic beast from the DLC 2 map. Not in the dungeon this time, not in the floor, outside. It's just in the waterfall area. This is a relic beast drop. It's a very good accessory. The stats can go up to 80s plus. So if you can farm this, yeah, trying to get the obviously if you want to look for the stats, go for it. I mean, it's 4 different stats. Remember, 4 different stats. Good luck. Especially on top of the drop rate is really low. And if you can get the combat skills and the passive, that's good. But like I say, most of these accessories not necessary. Like the SP version of these accessories, like I say, is not necessary. I mean, even the normal one, like the XT version, works just fine. You can stick with it. You know, you don't have to worry about getting the SP version. So, but I am gonna mention it in the list just in case people that want it. Moving on, I got the SP Fish Scale Belt. With that being said, this is one of the best DPS accessories in the game, obviously. So it's really powerful for a two-handed sword. So that's what makes the 2H extremely broken. Yeah, it's obviously just the Sky Dancer really, but it also has super high vitalities and all that stuff, crits, especially if you can get the passive. It also increase attacks as well. But not like if you have max attacks, like percentage, like boost, it's not gonna matter too much. But like in the arena and stuff, you can use this. It helps a lot. So this only drops from Ronier's Ancient Apostle. So that's the boss chest item exclusive from there. So the range, you want to get the highest stats for these accessories, like the exclusive ones from the bosses. Like if you want to get like at least level 800 if not 900 plus for the maximum stats, like for the higher there's increment. So if you don't reach certain levels, the stats cannot go any higher. So obviously the best is obviously the level 900 plus for sure, if you want to get receive the maximum potential stats for it. But nonetheless, this is a extremely rare item to get the double passive. It is super difficult to get. Like this item is just insanely difficult to get with the stats and the double passive at the same time. So it might take you a while to farm. Unless you have a great RNG, then you don't have to worry about too much. But not other than that. All of the people that I've seen farming for this item, it's tough because he already had like really low chance drop plus the passive. So other than that, with that being said, you know, like the best accessory in the game, one of them. So let's move on to the next one. Next, I got the SP Rainbow Insect Charm. This is a very good accessory you can get only in the DLC 2 floors. And this includes the Seething Fury. As you can see, you know, Super R crit rate plus 30% and crit power plus 30%. guess what? I mean, this thing stacks on top of the 100% crit power because it works a little bit differently. If they word it differently, they can stack. But for example, if it just says crit power plus 30% without the drain super arts, it won't stack at 100% because I don't know. I mean, it's just the mechanics in this game. That's how it works, really. I mean, so yeah, this is a very, very powerful accessory you can get for DPS. This accessory pretty much fit for all the weapons. You can use it, and it will do a lot of damage. If you don't have any good accessory or don't want to farm any good accessory, I mean, put this on. You know, works just fine. And yeah, you don't have to worry about too much. I have the location for it, but it also can be dropped from multiple different locations in the floors. So yeah, let's move on to the final accessory in this game. Last but not least, I got the Recollection Jewel. Yeah, it's a 5-star. I mean, there isn't much to talk about. I mean, besides all the stats you're gonna probably get, besides vitality, for whatever reasons, not gonna bother with that. But you're gonna get the overwhelming stats, attacks, accuracy, the passives. This is insane. I mean, like anything with Rising Spirit is already insane. I mean, especially this one with the accuracy passive on top of the higher accuracy. So you're pretty much fine with accuracy at this point. I mean, you don't need it, and the DPS for this thing is really, really, really high. So on top of that, you don't need to worry about accuracy as well. It's kind of broken. That's what we expecting anyway from a 5-star accessory. And you can only get this from the Memory Arena shop because as a 5-star, you can't get it from anywhere else. So most of the 5-star things you can only get it from Memory Shop or the Ancient Apostle or the DLC 2. That's it. There's no other location to it. So if you want this, you need 4 badges to trade. So yeah, and it is the best accessory in this entire game besides anything with Sky Dancer, really. But so yeah, that's it for the accessories. Alright people, that should do it. That's all the most useful accessories that I have for this video. There's a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's just insane amount, you know. But I could definitely list a lot more with the buffs and etc. That's why I'm not mentioning the buffs too much, because if I do include that, I mean, geez, we're gonna end up with 50 items maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe 100 at this point, but like it's a lot. That's why I'm not worried about the buffs too much. The useful accessory that carries the combat skills, because there's, like I said, different accessories with the same combat skills. You just find whatever that has it, then it's good enough. Other than that, yeah, this is pretty much it for the most useful series. Cover all the weapons, cover armors, accessories. I'm not gonna bother with passives, you know, persona animas. There's not that many in the game, so there's only a few main ones that's really useful. I mean, I already did that like a long time ago. I mean, nothing really changed, so just stick with it. But for the accessories and armors, and I felt like this is a good update for the end game and for the overall general video to make. And that's pretty much it for this series. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Certainly this takes a lot of work. Jeez, I mean, it's not easy to make one of these videos because you kind of have to know everything, pretty much everything the game as well. I forget some of the things, you know. I have to look up my old stuff. Some of them I don't even have anymore in my inventory, so I have to go back and screenshot it. And yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the accessory and stuff. Like I say, I will make a explanation for the Sky Dancers, for some of the sword skills and etc. I mean, there's still stuff I can make, I want to make. So yeah, stay tuned. I mean, we'll have like what? Let me see, maybe like 5 months left until the last recollection. So I'll be spacing out everything until then. I'll be finished by then. And yeah, we'll just pick up where we left off and on the next game. But like I say, there's still a lot of stuff I want to cover, and I'm trying to space out like maybe one every week for a video, or maybe 2 the most. And meanwhile, taking a break, and yeah, just enjoy it really. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this explanation video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Until next time.